Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today I have a very horrifying upload to share with you all. Before we jump into it, though, a couple links. As you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, and the merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. The links to Patreon and PayPal are in the description below, merch displayed directly under the video. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters, Volume 1 through 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeff Nadolny. Those audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, the links to which are also in the description as well. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support this channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe. It doesn't cost you a cent. Click that like button. It takes half a second. And please, leave a comment. Why? Well, because these things help, guys. And they really do matter. And now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's get on with today's upload, shall we? Before jumping into today's upload, I would like to share with you all a gift that a subscriber had just sent me. When subscribers send me gifts, I like to share them with you guys in acknowledgement because to me, it's just mind-blowing that you guys actually enjoy what I do so much that you send me a gift. I'm still not used to this, but it's awesome. A couple weeks ago, I received some handmade Native American crafts, a knife, a tomahawk, a couple walking sticks. And then today I received a beautiful knife from a subscriber. It is a really quick, a Benchmade, which is one of the greatest knife companies out there. Jeff, a token of our appreciation for all of your hard work. Ken and Kristen. And now when he emailed me, he said, I have a knife I'd like to gift to you. One that I carry while I go out in the woods. And it is truly a beautiful, beautiful knife. I'm not going to open it on the camera, but I will open and show you just a truly magnificent piece of craftsmanship right here. Benchmade, wonderful company. Ken, Kristen, thank you so much. Awesome hard plastic sheath. And I like the back because it comes with a couple of different straps. One larger one and a smaller one, so you can have it on your side or you can wear it like that. I like to wear them on my side like that, kind of this way, so I can quick grab it. So just another amazing gift from amazing family and friends of this channel. So thank you. All right, so since the 13th of April, I've been covering a story out of Oregon and Gold Hill. A gentleman was attacked, savagely attacked, and there are a lot of strange inconsistencies with the story. I don't believe it is his doing, the— I at first thought that maybe it was, But then I started to think about it, and I don't believe it is. Every time I start getting into something, my cat wants to get let out or come in. Last night, when I was recording, I was deathly ill. Thank you for everybody thinking about me as well and sending me get well wishes. I do feel a little better today. Not the greatest, but still. But I was rewatching last night's upload or yesterday's upload, and I saw the door open, and I was like, man, oh man, that cat. Anyway, so at first I read it, and I was like, wow, something's up. It's either him or the state or both. And now it's pointing towards the state with all of their little agencies springing off. You know, it's kind of like that, pyramid scam of agencies. The state of Oregon is at the top, and ODFW and state police and local and this and the hospital. The hospital, I truly do believe, is involved. This is new news from April 19th, 2023. So 2 days old, but a day old. Well, I'm narrating it right now or reading it for you guys because I'm recording this on the 20th. Gold Hill man wasn't attacked by a wolf, wildlife officials say. Starting to smell a little bit like in Texas to me. April 19th, 2023. State wildlife officials said Wednesday that a man attacked last week in the woods above Foley Lane outside Gold Hill did not encounter a wolf. Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife officials announced late Wednesday afternoon that DNA evidence from the scene was analyzed by forensic lab and no wolf DNA was detected. Gold Hill resident Josh Trutman, 40 years old, reported to the police and posted on social media April 9th that he was attacked by what he believed was a wolf while he was out with 3 other family members hunting for morel mushrooms in the Cane Creek area of Gold Hill. ODFW takes seriously any report of wild animal attacks. On Tuesday, the 11th of April, ODFW, or Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, was made aware of a victim's Facebook post and began their standard protocol, investigating in cooperation with law enforcement. We interviewed the victim and collected his shirt and mushroom bucket from the attack, ODF officials said on a statement of Wednesday. Guys, none of this makes any sense. The shirt and swabs from the bucket were sent to the forensic lab for DNA testing. The lab detected a DNA profile of a male domestic dog on multiple samples collected from bite marks on the shirt and swabs from the bucket the victim used to defend himself. No DNA consistent with originating from a wolf. Trotman said he is in disbelief after receiving the results from ODFW. This is, man, oh man, they are messing with this gentleman. They are messing with us. They just don't care about humanity. Trotman voiced frustration with the agency and said the animal was not a wolf, but they couldn't tell me what kind of dog it was. I felt like people can do a simple home DNA test on a dog and say, oh, that's my dog exactly. And they can tell you every single strain of every type of dog that is in one dog, so why can't they tell me what tried to kill me? Trotman said Wednesday. Trotman said he worries for neighbors because the animal that attacked him remains at large. He said neighbors have said they installed trail cams to try and determine what types of animals may be present in the area of the attack. There could very well be a wild pack of dog out there for all we know. We've seen a few with no collars, nothing like the one that attacked me though. And that's for sure. The main thing was I was not trying to expose myself to be berated on social media for trying to bash anyone. I put it out as a warning so no one else would get hurt. They don't know what it is, but whatever it was able to do serious damage. Following the attack, Josh described the animal as the biggest wolf ever. Trautman fought the animal off by hitting it with a 5-gallon plastic bucket, which he is using to collect the mushrooms. Family members drove the badly injured Trautman to meet a Mercy Flight ambulance on the side of Blackwell Road. Trautman endured a more than 3-hour surgery to repair damage to his left arm and given a series of rabies shots and antibiotics. After regaining consciousness, he posted to the social media page warning his neighbors to use caution. All right, guys, so that is the newest news. Now, give me one moment so I can share this with you. This is on the 14th, okay? Pictures of the attack there will be a link directing you to the page that you can see them. It will be in the description below. It will also be in the, as a pinned comment, which is the first comment you will come to. Guys, when he described this creature, he did not describe it as a regular dog. He practically described a Dogman word for word. This thing knocked this guy down. He is not a small fella. He's not a big fella, but he's not a small fella. He's just in between. This article is from the second day of the news covering it. They say it happened either on the 9th or 10th in the news. Josh says the 9th. I'm going with what he's saying. When Gold Hill resident Josh Trautman cried wolf last week, he says he wasn't pulling anyone's leg. Right there. They're making a mockery of an attack when he cried wolf. He got attacked by a savage animal. I'm not going to say Dogman, but he describes Dogman. In my eyes, he does. He doesn't describe your run-of-the-mill feral dog running around North America, going through dumpsters and eating cats and crap like that. No, what he described is an apex predator. More deadly than a wolf. Here comes my cat. Come on in. Every time I get going good here. His own arm, however, felt like it had been nearly torn off his body. Josh was hunting for morel mushrooms on April 9th in the woods above Foley Lane and King Creek outside of Gold Hill when he was attacked by what he believes was a wolf. Wildlife officials are investigating the attack but have so far been unable to confirm what happened. Josh and 3 family members were scouring the hillside for mushrooms. He wandered from the rest of the group. Trautman said his mind was focused on sauteed mushrooms, onions over a big juicy steak. I'd walked up the hill and started getting into some mushrooms, totally excited. I was getting some really good ones, so I wasn't really paying attention when I look up and I saw it walk down the hill towards me. It stopped 10 to 15 feet to the side of me, and it was looking downhill to where my son and nephew and brother-in-law were. Josh said Wednesday during an interview near the location of the attack. The only thing I could think was, don't move. And then it stuck its nose in the air and started smelling and turned its head, looking right at me. Trautman said the animal, which he described as the largest wolf I had ever seen, appeared to weigh about 200 pounds or more, black, brown, tan coloring, the brightest golden eyes. The animal rushed without making a sound. He got right in front of me, within reaching distance. He then lunged at me and started trying to bite my face. I dodged it 3 or 4 times. It went for my arm and started tearing the F out of my arm. I knew I had better protect my arm as best as I could, so I fell over on the arm that was bleeding and got into a fetal position. It went for my head and face. It tore into part of my jaw, close to my jugular. It started then going for my head. It was trying to kill me. It never barked. It never did anything a dog would do. A dog would usually give you a warning. There was nothing until the attack. I will never forget this creature's face. Josh said he screamed for help but was too far away for family to hear. The animal continued biting Josh's head and climbed atop of him. Trotman, who weighs just under 200 pounds, and said he couldn't get the canine off of him. His saving grace was the 5-gallon bucket they had been using to collect mushrooms, which rolled against his body. He was biting at the back of my head. I could not fight him off. He was overpowering me. So I felt the bucket right next to me. I was able to grab it and swung it behind me. I swung the bucket and hit him as hard as I could. It must have startled him because he had gotten off of me. I was able to get to my feet and face him again. And just as I started to swing at his face, it was he or I guarantee you that. When the creature turned to run, Trotman noticed his arm was spurting blood, feeling like he may pass out. He scrambled for his phone, calling his nephew. He started running towards me, dropped the bucket and phone. Bucket was full of my blood. We just headed down the hill. I was getting fuzzy. His nephew, Riley, said that he had to tackle Trotman, who was delirious, remove his belt for a tourniquet. His girlfriend, Rose, so Trotman's 15-year-old son, called to tell her what had happened. It was definitely a surprising call, telling me that Josh was mauled, and I needed to get to the car, and I needed to get the car ready, and we were going to bring him down to where we were going to get him to the hospital right then. He's not the person that goes to the hospital for literally anything. For him to need a hospital, I know it had to be bad. I was trying to call 911 as soon as I got off the phone. He met responders on Blackwell Road. Mercy flights took him to Estain Rouge or Rogue Regional Medical Center in Medford. He had surgery for 3 hours repairing his arm, now riddled with staples. He was given a rabies shot with antibiotics. Doctors wanted to have him stay for a couple of days, but he asked to be released Monday. Josh's father returned to the scene of the attack and was able to retrace his son's steps because he followed the trail of blood and the full bucket still filled with blood. Trotman said he submitted the jacket he was wearing, the bucket, and that contained hairs from the animal's face. ODFW officers who saw him out after reading the article on social media. This is Michelle Dennehy, ODF Communications Coordinator, confirmed the agency was investigating the attack. They had spoken to Trotman about evaluating the evidence. One of the key factors in helping inform what we may have transpired leading up to and during in the attack is the ability to gain timely access to the attack site and collect crucial data, such as tracks and scat. ODFW and other agencies have been unable to gain permission from the landowner to the private lands where the attack had happened, or allegedly it happened. That's what they said in the paper. It almost sounds like the person that's writing this is working with Michelle Dennehy and the state of Oregon. Without the ability to collect critical and crucial and timely evidence from the attack confirming what the animal was, may not be possible. Like other large carnivores, wolves will tend to avoid people. Dangerous wolf-human interactions are extremely rare. They are more likely to occur when a wolf are habitated with humans, or when dogs are involved, or when an animal is sick. Then it just, goes on, talks about a marijuana field. Now, all right, so now, the first article that I shared with you when I got notification of this case, alleged gray wolf attack on Oregon man, would be the first in state history. And this is his own words saying this. I've hunted my entire life and know the difference between coyote and domesticated dogs. This was a wolf. There is at least one wolf around Gold Hill. Now here, if you can't tell the difference between a wolf, a coyote, and a domesticated dog, then honestly, at 40 years old, you have no business being in the woods. Okay? Wolves have a very distinct look to them. Also, they're timid from humans. I don't buy that this was a domesticated dog. I think what happened was they had gotten the results from the lab, and they already knew what they were dealing with. ODF, the government, everybody knew what they were dealing with. We can't have a panicked community thinking wolves are out there. So let's say domesticated dog. Domesticated dog sounds easier to deal with to the public. Still dangerous, but it's easier to deal with than a wolf. Far more easier to deal with than a dog man. Which more than likely, if ever, the public is ever made known of these existence of creatures, they probably more than likely will say werewolf or werewolf-like creature. In another article, there's 4 articles. In one of them, they mention a marijuana plant, a marijuana grow operation. Not his, but one in the location. It's so far off the beaten path from where this guy was, but it was necessary filler to confuse the public. Okay? Where in any state or what law enforcement agency gets their information from Facebook instead of a hospital that is a mandated report when their attack comes in? I truly believe when he went to the hospital, he was savagely, this is my theory, and I read this one guy said, Jeff, you always think it's a dog man. No, I present the facts and then I give you my theory. If I think it's a dog man, I will say I believe it's a dog man, or it could be. I won't say this is definite. I don't say that and never have. I believe he was attacked by a dogman. I believe he had stumbled upon dogman's turf, or they just crossed paths. This dogman is hungry. It's mid-April. Spring has sprung. And or he was freaked out, the dogman. Either or. I don't know. I wasn't there, right? I wish I was, so I could have seen this go down. And then I would have taken a shot. Anyway. He's attacked. His description fits a dogman. Brought to the hospital. The hospital, he probably tells them what happened. They see the arm. They see his wounds. Officials more than likely come in and talk to him. But the news are told otherwise. He then posts his Facebook post on his page, and 2 or 3 days after the attack happens, he's told take it down, because the same day, or actually the next day, it was posted on his Facebook post on the 10th. The post that was not there, but a different post posted on the same day. A woman states, "When did you remove your post of the attack in the woods?" And another woman says, "The government is afraid to show that their pet wolves are dangerous." That lady knows what's going on. She's not blind, and she's got an open mind. I really think he then posted that. They said, take that down now. You be quiet about this, work with us on this, and we'll work with you. Meaning we'll line your pockets to shut you up. And if you don't shut up, then we'll have to do something else to you. Either put you in jail or take you out of the equation completely. He then does, and the news then gives us a bunch of filler with very little facts. Why do they do it? To confuse us. We're reading this and we're reading, oh, wait, he was doing this, he was doing it. And they put that marijuana field in there because maybe, just maybe it's his. They don't say it, but how the brain works, just kind of, you guys know, you're not dumb. That newest article and so much of it that comes out of it reminds me of Christopher Whiteley in Lipin, Texas, when you had the sheriff department and the Department of Fish and Game in Texas fighting, saying it was not a mountain lion, it was a mountain lion. It was not a mountain lion, bear, or wolf, or coy dog, or anything else. We don't know, to where it's a mountain lion. Guys, these articles are simply the best evidence to prove that there is something going on. A lot of inconsistencies, a lot of things that don't make sense. Anyway, guys, I am just... How many more people need to get attacked? And I turn my head and I look at these papers and I look at my files and I'm like, Nancy Shaw, Brenda Hamilton, Christopher Whiteley, Jackson, Florida, Colorado, the cattle in Colorado, the bear attack, Colorado, multiple bear attacks, 2021. Amber Miller, Tony Aarons. These also, with bite wounds or any kind of wild animal bite wounds, and not so deep, they won't close those wounds up for fear of infection. Guys, the government is up to no good. We need to make a stand. We need to stand up and say, stop lying to us. Tell us the truth. Tell us you know what's going on. We are not children. We have the ability to understand what is going on. We have the ability to make our own decisions on how we want to handle this, whether we want to go out in the woods or not. I really honestly believed also that they don't tell us this stuff because of fear of too many hunters and kind of posses going out in the wood and shooting innocent people by accident. Look what happened in goodness gracious, my brain just went. The Beast of, give me 1 second. The Beast of Bladeboro. I needed to, man, it sucks being sick. So once the whole Beast of Bladeboro incident occurred, you had hunters coming into this small, quaint town, rolling 10 deep, going into, establishments with firearms on them. It's all right, but I think that may be one of the reasons why they don't allow us to know these things are out there, out of fear of a mass kind of posse, a mass hunt of these creatures. And look what happened when one is shot and killed with the Border Patrol agents. 2 don't make it out. 1 is in hiding now, probably for the rest of his life. The only thing that the American dollar is good for is that one line, "In God we trust." We can only trust God and our own intuition. We cannot trust our government. And these are perfect examples why. At the end of this video will be a photo of Josh and his wounds. But the link to a close-up view of his wounds will be in the description below. Also in a pinned comment. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Just another update on a very mind-shattering and terrifying attack, and how they are acting, how the news, how the hospital, how the ODFW, how the state, how local is all acting. They don't care about us, so why should we care about them? Well, because we have conscience, don't we? Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Without you guys, this channel would be nothing. So I truly appreciate it. God has blessed me. With that, stay safe, happy, healthy. May the Great Spirit watch over us all, and may He guide us down that path that we call life.